The fragrance gives. He gave her the last apple in his lunchbox, not because he didn't want it, he did, but because she had nothing. They were kids, 3rd grade. She forgot her lunch and he saw her pretending she wasn't hungry. He didn't ask her if she wanted it, he just handed it to her. And in that moment, something happened he wouldn't understand until years later. He didn't feel empty, he felt full. Not because he gave her food, but because he gave without asking if she deserved it, without planning it, without expecting anything back. That was the first real giving he ever did, and something in him, maybe in all of us, recognized it. Because giving, when it's real, is like breathing. You don't need a reason, you just are. And that's what this is all about, not about apples, not about stuff, about what giving really means when the world isn't editing it. Let's return to that kind of giving. Let's return to who we were before we learned to withhold. True giving doesn't measure. It doesn't wait to be asked. It doesn't keep score. True giving flows because it is like breath, like light, like love. A flower does not bloom and then guard its fragrance behind a paywall of petals. It gives because that's what blooming means. It releases itself into the wind, unconcerned with who inhales or walks by indifferent. The sun does not withhold its rays from the wicked, nor does it check credentials before it shines. It does not filter its warmth by merit. It glows because glowing is not a decision for the sun, it is the sun's nature, and so is giving to us. But we were taught otherwise, weren't we? That giving meant loss, that to give was to subtract. To be wise was to budget love. Don't give too much too soon. Don't be taken advantage of. Don't offer what hasn't been earned. These were the mantras of scarcity pretending to be wisdom. But the candle does not dim by lighting another wick. It multiplies. It confirms its flame was real all along. Rain does not choose which crops to nourish. It falls in abundance, not calculation. And love, real love, is just as indiscriminate. It falls where it is rejected. It floods where it is needed. It waits in the shadows, ready to flood the moment a single crack appears in the dam of fear. The Course tells us to have, give all to all, not to trade, not to lend, not to invest, but to give, because the moment we withhold, we forget we have. The tree does not eat its own fruit. It gives everything it grows to something else, and still it grows again, season after season, not from depletion, but from being what it is. The sky does not charge for starlight. The ocean does not ask who's worthy before it sings. True giving doesn't ask, will they appreciate it? It asks, is this love in me real? And if the answer is yes, it flows. When we believe giving costs us something, we are believing that love is a limited resource, that we must protect it, filter it, use it strategically. But God does not budget love. He gives because there's nothing else to do. Imagine if grace waited for your worthiness. If sunrise only happened on good behavior days. Imagine if forgiveness needed a resume. That is the madness of the world. That is the lie of egoic giving. I'll give you something, but only if you prove you deserve it. That's not love. That's a contract, a fear-drenched exchange, an IOU disguised as generosity. But the river doesn't sign NDAs, it moves. The Course says giving and receiving are one. So what you give, you keep, and what you withhold, you lose. The ego hates this because it can't control it. But your spirit rejoices because it finally makes sense. The wind does not ask where it's going, it just goes. Love does not ask if it will be loved back, it just is. So today we learn to give, not like the world taught us, but like the rose, the sun, the flame, the tide, the tree. We give because we remember who we are, not owners, not rationers, but outposts of a love so abundant it cannot help but spill over. And the The more we give, the more we remember that nothing real was ever missing. We are the fragrance. We are the light. We are the song carried by the wind, not because we composed it, but because we stopped trying to be silent.